I will now show you how to find applications within BEETS using Work Center filters. From the Application Processing tab, go to the Work Center area. Here is where you can build out filters on commonly used search criteria and come back to it easily at a later time. As you can see, I have lots of search filters built already. When you first come into the system, this area will be blank. Also important to note, this Applications and Tasks section is not functional within BEETS, and we do not anticipate that users will be employing either of these, so feel free to ignore. Coming back to the Work Center, to add a new filter, click Add New Filter up top. You will select the utility you would like to filter on. Once again, you will only see utilities you have access to. Today, we'll use Expedition as an example. You can find the utility easily by searching within this search box. Click to select. Now, within each of these, you must select a utility and program result. I will search for Expedition UES. This also allows you to add, to select specific project statuses. It is important to note that some of these statuses are not in use and may not be helpful to customers. We recommend, until you get more familiar with the different workflow statuses, that you select all. These can be refined at a later time. If you would like to add an additional utility and/or program, you can click on Add Program to filter and select a second utility. Similarly, you must select a program. And again, select the project status. We recommend that you select all until you become familiar with these statuses. As you can see, this filter will now include all Bonneville Expedition UES measure applications and will include Benton REA UES measure applications. At this time, I'm going to decide to not include the Benton REA applications in my results, so I will remove by clicking an X. I will now create a unique filter for all Bonneville Expedition UES measure applications. Click Create Filter. You will have the ability to name this whatever you want, but be sure to name it something unique so you know what you can come back to at a later time. Click Save. You will get a confirmation note down here, and you will also see all of the search criteria within this window. Now, if you want to edit this at a later time, you can click on the pencil icon. This will open an edit screen and will allow you to either edit this existing filter or create a new filter from this similar result. Click Save to keep your existing filter. There is also the ability to share filters, but this functionality is limited at this moment in time. This is also where you will delete a filter if you no longer need it. Lastly, by clicking on this one, this will be the start page for the Work Center and your primary Work Center filter. Now we'll want to close this window to get more space. You do this by clicking in the upper right-hand corner to hide the filter details. Now that we've defined this filter, we're going to go, it's sorted alphabetically, and we're going to go to the Expedition UES filter, make sure it's highlighted, and click Show Results. As you can see, the results are shown here of all applications meeting that criteria. You will see there are also 45 results listed. You can go to different pages by using these numbers on the right. Now, there's still quite a few records here, and we may want to further refine the criteria. But before we do that, I want to point out again this Configure Columns capability. This is especially important in WorkCenter to make sure that you select columns that help you identify unique applications within larger search results. To configure the columns, click on the cog, and once again, you can show and hide the column by clicking on the blue circles. You can reorder by dragging and dropping, or you can add additional ones if you don't have the information you need. Everyone's WorkCenter should be set up to their own personal preferences. To close this, click on this cog once again. These columns can be dragged to make larger or smaller. Double-clicking on the column will expand it. Obviously, in this situation, we'll want a little bit more space, so we'll move it back. Within this, you can also sort by date. This can be helpful if you're looking for applications that were recently created. You can also search within each of these headers, either by pasting or typing in an exact search result, or if you want to search a partial search result within that, be sure to include an asterisk at the beginning and end. In this scenario, I'm just using some of my test cases that I built, and I want to search only on cancellation within the project name. By clicking Enter, it will limit the search results to those. And once again, I may want to drag this open so I can more fully see the project name. To remove this criteria, highlight, delete, and once again press Enter, and you will see the full search results once again. There are some columns in here that we find particularly helpful. Some of them may be specific to UES, BPA's most popular program. Tags can be particularly helpful for those using UES applications because a tag will be written noting any errors that happened within the application that need to be corrected by the customer before it moves forward to compliance review. Many people will want to build a revisions required WorkCenter filter to have an eye on anything that needs their action. Within these revisions required, once again, for UES applications, you will see a tag that is noted. While other programs may not have this tag, the status is consistent across all programs. And anything in revisions required will need action taken. A last important part of the WorkCenter filters is the fact that you can export results to save them for another time or to run reporting off of. So for example, I'm going to remove this revisions required and just show all results once again. Delete and enter, and I will see full search results. Suppose I want to pull a report or an Excel export of all applications I submitted on August 24th. You can do that by filtering in these headers. Now you can see there are only applications limited to August 24th when they were created. These filters will save in that export and allow you to limit it to just the results in your Work Center screen. By clicking on Export CSV, a file will be created in your downloads of all these search results. You can format and move around as you deem necessary, but now you have an export of all applications that were created on August 24th. Going back to BEETS and closing our download screen. Once again, remove the criteria by deleting and pressing enter. You can once again build additional filters and return to them at a later time. For example, this one is Expedition C1. And next time you log onto BEETS, you can easily access these filters and applications. That is how you use Work Center in BEETS.